Good morning, folks. This is Naeem Azam, Chief Market Analyst at Evertrade, and welcome to our daily technical analysis video. In today's topic, we'll be discussing why we need to be worried about Bitcoin. So let's have a deeper conversation on this topic and then see what is really in store for us. Before we do that, as always, it is important for us to go through this disclaimer and risk warnings. Anything which will be discussed cannot be perceived as an advice. If you are seeking for one, please do consider consulting with your own financial advisors. Now, in relation to the Bitcoin price, the first thing that we need to pay attention to is the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we have this bearish pattern which has formed, and it has formed at a very critical point. Now, what do I mean by that? Let me draw that on the chart and explain a bit more in relation to that. First of all, what we see is that we have this massive upward trend line, right, which is right over here. Now, just on as this trend line is there, we have another trend line by joining the lows of these ones. So we have two trend lines, which we call a trend within another trend. Now, what we see which is close enough to these particular trend line is a reversal pattern, and that reversal pattern is your head and shoulder, your shoulder being here, your head being over here, and then your another shoulder which is right in the process of forming out over here. Now, of course, no one wants to see a reversal pattern forming near a upward trend line, because that will confirm that the prices are very much likely to break to the downside, and of course that remains a major concern. Now, in terms of the neckline is just somewhere around here, as you can see, and the moment the price breaks below this neckline, the first warning obviously is going to come before when the price breaks below its upward trend line, and the second one is going to be just near enough its second trend line or slightly below that. At the time, the price will confirm that Bitcoin prices are very much likely to break to the downside. Now, how much lower can they go? Well, if we measure the move from here to all the way to here, this is nearly a 10,000 price level move. And then if we project this one to the downside, this is going to very likely to push the prices all the way to 40,000. Or in other words, this is going to bring near our next support area or the previous resistance, which was right over here in around that 40,000, below the 50, 100-day simple moving average as well. Now, of course, no one really wants to see the prices breaking in this particular manner, but this is what the price is really confirming us. And if we look at the RSI is also very much so trading in the direction of the price, because as the price is kind of making lower highs, the RSI is also confirming that. So this is the major pattern that we have to keep in mind. We have to keep our focus on. Now, if we change the time frame and we go on to our weekly time frame, we do see a bit more positive price action forming over here, because what we see is that we have a low, we have a higher low, and after that we have another higher low forming over here. So as long as the price continues to trade above this particular moving average, we are still okay. Or in other words, if the price doesn't break below the 55,000 sort of a price level, we are still okay. Why? Because we have formed a symmetrical triangle, and where the price is very much consolidating towards the end of the symmetrical triangle, and it means that the prices are likely to break outside of this symmetrical triangle, and usually they break in the direction of the trend. And under the current circumstances, that longward trend is still skewed to the upside. So we could see the Bitcoin price break to the upside. But really, the concern is that the price should not be staying for that long or where it is trading. But the positive side is that the longer that it stays near its all-time high, it is likely to eat up all the supply and really break to the upside from there onwards. So we'll continue to monitor this price action and we'll provide you more price update as it comes. That's all for now. See you guys next time.